All right, so let's get through example 5, and then I'm just going to go back and explain what happens when we increase or decrease the confidence level, and then we'll move on to confidence intervals for proportions. So example 5 says a local bank needs information concerning the checking account balances of its customers. A random sample of 15 accounts was checked. The mean balance was 686.75 with a standard deviation of 256.20. A 98% confidence interval for the true mean balance is $513.17 to $860.33. What is the margin of error for this confidence interval? So you see how I already gave you the confidence interval. I'm not asking you to create one. I already did it for you. I just want to do another practice question where we get the margin of error. So remember, the margin of error, which is E, is the width of the confidence interval divided by 2. So my confidence interval goes from 513.17 to 860.33. So the width is going to be equal to 860.33 minus 513.17, right? That's going to tell us how wide the interval is. So let's take 860.33 and subtract 513.17. And we get 347.16. That's the width of the confidence interval. So now to get the margin of error, we take the width, which is 347.16, and we divide it by 2. And it's equal to 173.58. And that's my margin of error. So now let's just go back to the first confidence interval that we created when we did the formula by hand. And I want you to see what happens as we decrease the confidence level. So you see in part A, for example, 3, the one where we were estimating the cost of a wedding on Long Island. When we constructed a 95% confidence interval, we ended up with $35,046 to $44,953, right? $44,953. Now look what happens as we made the confidence level lower. So look what happens now when we constructed a 90% confidence interval. So now the interval is going from 35,893 to 44,106. So you see it got narrower because we're less confident. So the interval is going to be narrower. The more confident we are, the higher the percent confidence level we use, the wider the interval is going to become, because then it's more likely that the true estimate for the parameter is going to be within that interval. So I just wanted you to see that with this example, and I'll write that down. So if we increase the confidence level, C, then the width, or I'll say the confidence interval gets wider. So if we increase the confidence level C, then the confidence interval gets wider. And if we do the opposite, so if we decrease the confidence level C, then the confidence interval gets narrower. So that's what effect the confidence level has on the width of the confidence interval. So if we increase the confidence level, then the confidence interval gets wider. If we decrease the confidence level, then the confidence interval gets narrower.